rise up, my sisters, rise up. We are the water, the sacred cup. It's in our hands that all life grows.
Hi loves. In this clip I'm going to share the importance of nutrition and how to nurture and nourish yourself throughout your menstrual cycle, as well as how each moment in our cycle also relates back to those seasons in nature, and how it correlates to the foods that we really, for optimal health, should be eating at certain times. So there are 5 major hormones at play that flow through a woman's body throughout the cycle, throughout her menstrual cycle. They are estrogen, progesterone, a follicle stimulating hormone called FSH, a luteinizing hormone, testosterone, and also that's it, I think. Estrogen, progesterone, follicle stimulating hormone, a luteinizing hormone, and testosterone. Each of these hormones, as they rise and fall, will have an effect on a woman's mood, her energy, and her nutritional needs. A real proper connection to this rise and fall of hormones, and the way that we nourish ourselves is an absolute game changer. As far as things like PMS goes and cramping, we can really help a lot of those symptoms fade away. You know, food is medicine, and the beautiful thing about food as medicine is our body naturally knows what to do with it. So adjusting our diet to these specific foods does take a little practice and quite a bit of self-awareness. So when you're moon journaling, which we'll get into in the next video, we'll also put in your food cravings so that you can start to really connect with what you're feeling to naturally eat at certain times of the month. The follicular phase, which is usually day 7 to 10, it's when the woman's body is preparing to ovulate. Her ovaries are preparing to release this egg, and estrogen is at its lowest level. She may feel at this time that iron-rich foods would be super helpful. Whether she's eating meat, red meat, make sure it's like the best clean organic meat you can find. And if she's a vegetarian, look for really rich sources of iron, such as dark leafy greens. Vitamin C and also probiotic rich foods are great supplements to add into your diet too at this time. As she moves through her season, she'll be going into the ovulation phase, which is generally likened to that phase where she's in the archetype of the mother. This is when the egg's released, and when a woman's eggs travels down her fallopian tube and is awaiting a potential fertilization. So again, her hormones are changing, and the FSH hormone and the LH hormone, they increase. Estrogen levels reach their peak and testosterone surges. So she's going to be feeling super body confidence and looking for deeper social connection. Now this body confidence is really interesting to me because I feel this is the time when I'm less hungry, and if I'm wanting to go on a cleanse such as a juice fast or go for a raw food diet, this is the perfect and most optimum time in the month to do it. Again, I'm less hungry and I don't rely as much on carbohydrates, and I'm feeling very positive within myself anyways through my hormones, and yeah, it's a great time to detoxify. Good veggies again are super helpful, and anything that's going to support the liver. Almonds, pecans, pistachios, all of these nuts are very helpful at this time too, and if you're feeling that you are wanting to stay really clean and raw, you can sprinkle them on smoothies and mix them through salads. So we'll go further into some recipes, and I'll share some of my favorites with you. Moving into the luteal phase. Okay, so this is connected or works with the phase of autumn, right? So this is around the time where your progesterone rises and symptoms like PMS can come in, and we can feel like we're starting to bloat or we get a bit irritable. We also could get a bit brain foggy. Brain foggy. And that's partly due to the increase in progesterone. Our appetite could become a little more looking for comfort food, and we could start to crave a little bit. We could start to crave things like sugar, and our body's going to be really sensitive to it. So I suggest if you are on that roller coaster of sugar cravings, don't skip meals. And if you're looking for things like chocolate, go for the best quality raw chocolate. And I'm going to share with you my tips on the call of how I make a cacao and how I've learnt to really satisfy my chocolate craving from, like, you know, the old-fashioned Cadbury Dairy Milk or whatever Snickers bar I could shove in my face, to now really working with the raw chocolate, and I'm also experimenting with different sweeteners. So yeah, I'll share that with you too. In this time too, again, paying particular attention to that it is our internal autumn. So foods that are really nourishing, sweet potatoes, roasted pumpkin and parsnip, squash, and brown rice is great for bloating, and as millet is also a great grain to add into your diet. It's also a really good time of the month to start to make soups and prepare for your winter. So yeah, if you're into things like that, it is a great time to get ready for the menstrual phase, the inner winter. And again, this time our hormones have again dropped and changed. We're getting our period, we're bleeding, and we're at this time, I feel, doing our own cleansing. So it's again really important to have foods that are super nourishing and light. Anything heavy again is going to create bloating and give us that brain fog. It's also really important at this time to keep your foods quite warming. In Chinese medicine, they suggest that the spleen is really important to work with the liver and the spleen when we're menstruating. And these cold foods can actually cause or induce cramps. And it's interesting because I'm living here in Bali, and the Balinese women all suggest not to drink coconut water, which is very cleansing, while they're bleeding. So I feel like some of these older cultures are really onto it as far as those things go. So listen to your body, loves. Look at hormone balancing and anti-inflammatory food whenever you can. Add in things like turmeric to your smoothies or your hot chocolates, which again I'll share that recipe with you. And yeah, just totally flow through the month, paying particular attention to what your cravings are, and know that we can utilize food as a medicine. And as we get more and more in tune to where we are at seasonally and hormonally, we're able to really live optimally and balance out our cycles with foods. Herbs and essential oils are also fantastic allies to have in your toolkits. I drink teas of chamomile. I also steep ginger, and I've really started to enjoy nettle, which is super rich in iron. And my go-to essential oils, always clary sage. It's an instant pick-me-up, and it also is super soothing on the liver. I love lavender, and I use that fresh from my garden in yoni steaming throughout the month, so I'm going to share that with you a little later down the track. And as well as the oil of rose. This is a hormone balancing oil that helps support feelings of self-love, and yeah, super feminine. So my loves, I look forward to talking about this awesome topic of nutrition and hormone support. It's all part of our self-love journey on the call. And as I said earlier in the emails, get your questions ready, because I really love to be able to dig in deep, and I look forward to spending more time with you soon. Mwah. Much love from my heart to yours.
I see